Hi Amanda, my name is Nikki and I'm an occupational therapist here at Francis Institute and I'm here today to do your mind and muscle testing. Are you feeling today well?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay, so to start with, I need you to sit erect with the arms on the side. Stabilize your trunk against the chair back. And I'm gonna go ahead and, hold on one moment, move this towards here. And I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, for this movement, I need you to lift your shoulder, yeah, toward your ears. Now, don't let me push it down. Thank you. So for scapular elevation in a gravely eliminated position, the patient has to be prone with arms on the side and the trunk is stabilized against the mat or bench. Now, the therapist's hand goes here underneath and the therapist should instruct the patient to lift your shoulder toward your ear. Thank you. Scapular abduction, retraction. And the start position will be prone in a mat at the shoulder adopted at 90 degrees and the elbow flexed at 90 degrees. The trunk is stabilized against the mat or plinch. Additional stabilization over the contralateral scapula provides counter pressure during action on resistance. And the instructions we will give the patient will be raise your elbow toward the ceiling. To not let me push it down. Thank you. We're gonna start doing the against gravity position for the rhomboid. And the start position is prone in the mat with the shoulder internally rotated and the back of the hand resting on the lumbar region. The trunk is stabilized against the mat or plinch. And the instructions for the patient will be lift your hand off of your back. Do not let me push it down. Thank you. We're gonna do scapular abduction, abduction, protraction. And the start position is supine with the humerus flexed at 90 degrees. The elbow may be flexed or extended. The trunk is stabilized on the mat or plinch. And the instruction will be reach your arm towards the ceiling. Thank you. So for shoulder fracture, gravity eliminated position, the start position will be lying on the side with the arm along the side of the body in mid position. Therapy supports the arm under the elbow. And the instruction will be try to move your arm so your hand is at the level of the shoulder. Thank you. Gravity eliminated position for shoulder extension. The start position is lying on the side with the arm along the side of the body and in internal rotation. Therapist supports the elbow during the motion. The instruction will be try to move your arm backward. Thank you. Another abduction gravity eliminated position. The start position is supine with the arm supported at the side in mid position. The therapist supports the elbow during the motion. The instruction will be try to move your arm out to the side. Thank you. Shoulder abduction. As gravity eliminated position, the patient cannot be positioned for this motion against gravity. So the start position is supine with the humerus abducted at 90 degrees and the forearm in mid position. To stabilize, the trunk is stabilized by the mat. The instruction will be bring your arm down to your side. Do not let me pull it away. Thank you. Shoulder horizontal abduction against gravity position. The start position is prone with the arm over the edge of the mat. The shoulder is abducted to 90 degrees and the elbow is flexed to 90 degrees. The instruction will be raise your elbow toward the ceiling. Thank you. Abduction. This is the against gravity position. And the start position will be supine with humerus adducted to 90 degrees in neutral rotation, and the elbow extended. The instruction will be move your arm in front of you and across your chest. Thank you. External rotation against gravity position. The start position is prone with the humerus adducted at 90 degrees and supported by the mat. The elbows is flexed to 90 degrees and is hanging over the edge of the table. The instructions will be lift the back of your hand toward the ceiling. Thank you. For shoulder external rotation, gravity eliminated position, the patient is prone, and the entire arm is hanging over the edge of the mat, and the arm is in internal rotation. So, my instruction will be to the patient, try to turn your palm outward. Your palm outward. Yes, thank you. For shoulder internal rotation, the start position will be with the entire arm hanging over the edge of the mat and the arm is in internal rotation. Stabilize the trunk and scapula by the mat. Then the instruction will be try to turn your palm inward. Thank you. For shoulder internal rotation against gravity position, the start position is prone with the humerus adducted at 90 degrees and supported by the mat. The elbows is flexed at 90 degrees and hang over the edge of the mat. The instructions will be lift your palm. For shoulder internal rotation will be lift your palm toward the ceiling. Now we're gonna do elbow extension anti-gravity position, and the start position will be prone with humerus adducted at 90 degrees and supported on the table. The elbow is flexed and the forearm is hanging over the edge of the table. Stabilize, support the arm under the anterior surface of the distal humerus, and the instruction will be strengthen your arm and do not let me push it back. Scapular abduction, gravity eliminated. So the patient needs to be straight, and the instruction will be try to reach your arm forward.
Arriba.
So now we're gonna demonstrate shoulder flexion, and the patient start position is sitting in a chair with the arm down at the side in mid position. Stabilize over the clavicle and the scapula, and the instruction will be lift your arm in front of you to shoulder height. Do not let me push it down. Yeah?
Dale.
So now we're gonna do shoulder extension. The position will be the patient sitting straight with the arm at the side and the humerus internally rotated. Over the clavicle, we will need to stabilize and with the scapula and make sure the patient remains upright. The instruction will be, please move your arm straight back as far as it will go and keep your palm facing the back of the wall. I'm gonna show what is shoulder abduction, and for this the start position will be steering erect with the arm down at the side and in mid position. Stabilize over the clavicle and the scapula, and the instruction will be raise your arm due to the side or to the shoulder level. Do not let me push it down. Now we will proceed doing wrist extension, and this will be against gravity position, and the start position is forearm is supported on the table in full pronation with fingers and thumb relaxed and slightly flexed. The forearm is stabilized on the table, and the instruction will be lift your wrist as far as you can. Do not let me push it down. re-extension, gravity eliminated position. The forearm is supported on the table, and the instructions for the patient will be try to bend your wrist backward. Yeah. Now we're going to proceed and do wrist flexion against gravity position. The instructions will be bend your wrist all the way forward. Do not let me push it back. We're doing wrist flexion against gravity eliminated position. The start position will be forearm in mid position with extended and fingers and top relaxed. The forearm rests on the table, and the instructions will be try to bend your wrist forward. Horizontal abduction against gravity eliminated position. The patient is sitting in a chair with the humerus supported in 90 degrees of flexion and the elbow straight. The therapist supports the elbow and the trunk is stabilized against the back of the chair. The instruction will be try to move your arm out to the side. For shoulder extended rotation, alternative gravity eliminated position. The patient will be sitting in a chair with the humerus abducted to the side on the elbow flexed at 90 degrees. The distal end of the humerus is held against the body and allow only rotation. The instruction will be try to move the back of your hand out to the side. So now we're gonna do finger metacarpophalangeal extension. The start position is the forearm is pronated and supported on the table. The wrist is supported in a neutral position, and the finger MP and IP joints are in a relaxed flex posture. The instruction will be lift this knuckle straight as far as it will go. Do not let me push your knuckle back down. Okay. For gravity eliminated position, the forearm is supported in mid position, wrist is in neutral position, and fingers are flexed. The instruction will be to try to move your knuckles back as far as they will go, one at a time. Keep the rest of your fingers bent. For finger distal interphalangeal flexion against gravity position, the forearm is supinated and supported on a table. Wrist and IP joints are relaxed. The instruction will be bend the last joint of your fingers as far as you can. Okay. For gravity eliminated position, the forearm is in mid position, resting on the ulnar border of the table. The wrist and IP joints are relaxed in neutral position, and the instruction will be bend the last joint of your finger as much as you can. For finger proximal interphalangeal flexion against gravity position for the flexor digitorum superficialis, the start position is forearm is supinated and supported on the table. Wrist and MP joints relaxed in a zero position. The instruction will be point to the PIP, bend just this joint. For gravity eliminated position, the forearm is supported in mid position, with the wrist and MP joints relaxed in ultra position. The instruction for this one will be, aquí me enredé. For finger metacarpophalangeal flexion against gravity position for the flexor digiti minimi, the start position will be forearm supported in supination, and the instruction is bend the knuckle of your little finger toward your palm while you keep the rest of your fingers straight. Okay. For gravity eliminated position, the former is supported in mid position, other fingers in extension, and the instruction will be try to bend the knuckle of your little finger toward your palm while you keep the rest of your fingers straight. For gravity eliminated position, the start position, the former is supported in mid position with the wrist and MP joints relaxed. The instruction will be point to the try to bend just at this point. Abduction, the gravity eliminated position, the arm is pronated, the forearm is pronated, supported with the wrist in neutral. The fingers are extended and adducted. And the instruction will be spread your fingers apart. Do not let me push them back together. For finger adduction, gravity eliminated position, the start position is the forearm is pronated and the MPs are abducted and in extension. And the instruction will be bring your fingers together and hold them. Do not let me pull apart. Abduction, the gravity eliminated position, the arm is pronated, the forearm is pronated, supported with the wrist in neutral. The fingers are extended and adducted. And the instruction will be spread your fingers apart. Do not let me push them back together. For finger adduction, gravity eliminated position, the start position is the forearm is pronated and the MPs are abducted and in extension. And the instruction will be bring your fingers together and hold them. Do not let me pull apart. For thumb interphalangeal extension, against gravity position, the forearm is supported in mid position, wrist flexion of 10 to 20 degrees, and the thumb, MP, and IP flexion. The instruction will be strengthen the end of your thumb. For gravity eliminated position, the start position is forearm is supinated and thumb is flexed. And the instruction is try to strengthen the end of your thumb. For thumb metacarpophalangeal extension, the against gravity position for the extensor pollicis brevis, the start position, the former is supported in mid position, MP and IP joints are flexed, and the instruction is strengthen the knuckle of your thumb while keeping the end of your joint bent. Strength, estira. For thumb metacarpal phalangeal extension, gravity eliminated position, the forearm is supinated, the MP and IP joints are flexed, and the instruction is try to strengthen the knuckle of your thumb while keeping the end joint bent. For thumb abduction, against gravity position, for the adductor pollicis longus, the start position, the forearm is supinated with the wrist in neutral position and thumb is adducted. The instructions will be bring your thumb away from your palm. Do not let me push it back in. For thumb metacarpophalangeal flexion, against gravity position, the forearm is supinated so that the palmar surface of the thumb faces the ceiling. Instruction is bend your thumb across your palm, keeping the end joint of your thumb straight. Do not let me pull it back out. Thumb adduction, against gravity position, start position, the forearm is pronated, wrist and finger in neutral position, thumb abducted, and MP and IP joints of the thumbs in extension. The instruction will be lift your thumb into the palm of your hand. Do not let me pull it out. For all position against gravity, the start position, the forearm is supinated and supported. Wrists in neutral position, thumb adducted and extended. The instruction will be touch the pad of your thumb to the pad of the little finger. Do not let me pull them apart. Against gravity position, elbow flex is supported on the table. Instruction is bend the tip of your thumb as far as you can and do not let me straighten it. Nada más la instrucción que tenía.